Hi guys and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto related news. I'm your host Martin and this is episode 28. Hyperledger approves Ethereum, dividends paid in XRP, and Binance launches Binance X. Now guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate the ones of you that tune in daily to watch the stream, and also the ones that catch the replays later on. I'm really grateful to you all for being here. Now, I hope that you all having a great afternoon, night, depending on where you are, or morning, depending on where you're tuning in from, right? Now, guys, if you are catching this stream live, as always, you're welcome. And if you are catching the replay and have any suggestions, you can leave them on the comment box below, right? Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest cryptocurrency news, subscribe to our channel. Hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live, right? We are live every day. Every day. We haven't missed a day for 28 days now. That's amazing. And we might do something to celebrate the 30th episode, right? Being consistently on streaming for a month. And we really want you to be a part of it. So if you are one of our subscribers or regulars, or you catch it regularly, do try to tune in on the 30th. We'll try to make something special happen, right? Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on our Discord. The link is also in the description. Now, on to the news. Sorry, I was messing around a little bit before the stream, and I didn't put the the state of crypto, stuff before we started. Anyways, guys, on to the news. I found this. It's not the article I had found. You got switched. Let me hit the back button. Apparently, I hit something else, and it's not loading for some reason. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Alright, so Neil Walls, the chief of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Criminal Global Cybercrime Program, that's a mouthful, warned that cryptocurrencies have made combating money laundering significantly harder, right? Now, he believes that cryptocurrencies are adding a layer of secrecy which can facilitate crime. We know that some cryptos do, but not all of them. Yeah, Zcash might be making it a little bit harder, but the rest, I mean, there you can see the ledger where transactions are going, where they're being moved, how they're being shifted. So I'm not buying it 100%, right? I mean, there are some things that can make it true, but some things that we can basically say you're lying, man. Anyways, the news comes after the Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said in July that government agencies will be preventing Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies from becoming an equivalent to a Swiss numbered bank account, right? Now, the latest research conducted by the New York-based blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis shows that only 8% of all crypto assets sent to cryptocurrency mixers are tied to illicit activity, which is, yeah, 8% might be high considering the amount of money that circulates, right? But, I mean, it's not. I think there's much more illicit activity being conducted with fiat than with crypto, right? Plus, fiat is much less traceable. Now, they're saying that only 2% of this money comes from darknet markets, right? Which is also pretty low. Now, I don't doubt that certain criminals are using cryptos to try to evade the law. And, yeah, maybe Zcash does make the law enforcement job a little bit harder, but to me, it just seems like it's an excuse of sorts to justify maybe why they're not catching as many criminals, right? Or why they're not being able to find as many criminals or that are laundering money, right? Maybe to them the easy way out is to say, oh, we had a target, but they're doing crypto and we can't catch them. We're trying, but crypto's hard. Crypto's not hard, man. I mean, yes, some cryptos make it hard. But the rest of cryptos are very transparent. So, I'm not buying what these guys are saying, right? Anyways, on to the market. Market cap. Yesterday, which, again, for those of you that don't know, closed 2 hours ago. Remember, market for cryptos closed at 7 Central, right? So, close 2 hours ago. Right now, we're at 9 Central. Anyways, dominance, total market cap, right, is down. Sitting, lost yesterday 2.33% from an opening of 243 billion closing at 237 billion right now, negative 0.4%, sitting at 236 billion. Yeah, yesterday closing at 237 billion. Yeah, that's correct. Anyways, we have seen the price go down over the last couple of days, yet particularly yesterday with the spike, meaning a lot of money was leaving the crypto market. Now, dominance of Bitcoin has been going up, meaning that some coins are flowing, or some money is being taken out of alts into Bitcoin and then taken out of the market, or basically the alts money is just being taken out of the market directly, which can also happen. Thus, more money flowing out of the alts, making Bitcoin dominance rise. Okay, we discussed that the other day as well. Now, Bitcoin sitting at dominance sitting at 71.60, plus 0.10% up from yesterday's closing. Right now, yesterday it closed at 0.06% from an opening of 71.52, closing at 71.53, almost nothing up yesterday. Anyways, on to Bitcoin news. Now, there's this company called Bitcoin or Coinmetrics, right? And they're stating in the latest report that the behavior suggests that a sizable group of people who bought Bitcoin when it was being traded at around $13,000 to $20,000 have already cashed out. Now, they said that in January of last year, 74% of the realized cap was composed of coins that were later exchanged when the prices were above current market prices. Now, they're also stating that as of August 25th of this year, just 25% of the coins were valued above market price, right? And they're going to say that that means that people who bought Bitcoin when the prices were high have already cashed out, and that a large number of people who continue to trade Bitcoin today bought their Bitcoin for maybe 3,000 to 12,000. And basically, according to them, this is a healthier base as buyers aren't looking to dump their cash as soon as the price of Bitcoin rises above a certain level. And that could be potentially true, particularly when we have seen the price action that Bitcoin has been getting. Not a lot of price action to the upside, not a lot of price action to the downside. We just were trading sideways until yesterday, right? And yesterday, apparently, we had this sharp movement to the downside, but it's nothing to worry about, right? It was expected. We were expecting a movement. The indicators weren't being clear if it was going to be to the upside or the downside. We had developed bullish divergence. It didn't play out. We were bouncing around on the top part of that resistance, which was creating more stress in the area, but we're failing to break it, which was going to drive us to at least go down and touch the bottom part of that triangle. But we ended up breaking out of that triangle, and then we were touching the most or the other major triangle, let's call it, right? Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about, right? First of all, the main chart, right? Still in the downtrend, like we have been. You can see that we're sitting at the 50% line of the equidistant channel. We have broken below it, touched a support around 9,297, and then bounced up from it, right? Apparently, there was some support there. It's a support area. I'm not going to call it a support per se. We have it over here. And it's basically this area that I have here in blue that has been acting as a sort of support. We've seen chop around that area, and then prices basically going upwards. I've gone ahead and traced also some supports and resistances that we've seen, right? Particularly here, which we went up, touched it again, and then bounced back down. And here, where we also went up and touched it and then bounced back down. And right now, we have this green line, that's this one right here, that I just touched, this one, which makes this much larger triangle if we use this yellow line from the channel. And the channel we haven't moved in a while, right? So I'm just going to adjust it right now to make it as long as the green line, so it's a little bit easier to see that triangle. Now it's it's a downsloping triangle, but we are within this area right now. We're sitting below the 20 MA, still making negative momentum, hasn't decreased yet, and sitting low on the RSI on the daily at 37.85. Price right now sitting at 9,480 and 67. Sorry. Anyways, let's go and look at the 4 hours and see what's happening, because here there's really nothing much developing, right? This lower is much lower than this one. We haven't confirmed that this is yet the bottom of this, so it could still go lower. And the only thing, and I wouldn't call it, but within this same trend, we are making less negative momentum, right? So this low, it's technically higher than this one, right? But right now we still haven't finished developing here, so we could still make more negative momentum. That's why we're not gonna call anything right now. We're still waiting for things to finish developing and consolidating a little bit, right? Now on the 4-hour, volatility open on Bollinger Bands, sitting below 20 MA. Negative momentum starting to decrease, and we are no longer in oversold territory on the RSI. Now, it is weird that we're seeing all these movements sideways right now, right? Yesterday we were here. We had traced a small triangle. We said we could flag, and it wouldn't be the best flag to be upward consolidating, because then it could mean potential move to the outside, the downside, or a pennant that we were kind of forming at the time, and we said also could be potential move to the downside, but it was too short of a pattern and we didn't want to call it. Apparently we did see some movement to the downside. We are sitting around this green line. Like I said, you can see clearly here that we're hitting and bouncing, and we are staying, or right now we are staying outside of this blue zone, which we can call it the area of support right now. Anyways, momentum, like I said, starting to decrease. Let's hope it keeps on decreasing. However, right now we're not seeing anything that would say price action or strong price action to the upside, right? I mean, we could be developing some sort of bullish. I mean, we do have stuff here, right, that we could technically use, and then it would invalidate it. But if we want to go to a much larger pattern or structure, we're making a higher, we are making a lower low, but we are going straight right now on the, or we went straight on the MACD, right? Which would be a type of bullish divergence, and we could see if it was to play out. But right now, the divergence that we have seen previously has not played out. So what surprises me is that we saw this down movement, and we haven't seen the buyers coming to, start getting the price to move upwards. So we might see another drop, right? The action has been really weak after that drop, and we haven't seen any reaction rally or anything happening. So on to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, contraction on the Bollinger Bands again. Potential movement coming soon. We have basically hidden bearish divergence on the RSI, which could mean price continuation. Sitting a little bit low on the RSI, but not at oversold. We're sitting at 38. Positive momentum starting to decrease, and yeah, that's it on the hour, right? Nothing much going on right now. We could say we are consolidating. I'm gonna get rid of these things real quick, right? Bitcoin not doing much, not being helpful, nor giving a lot of information as to where things could go, right? And I mean, this would be, I wouldn't even call it that right now. We don't have good touch points. I would have to segregate certain areas maybe to get a better, maybe if we go like this. Nah, even not right now. I wouldn't call it anything right now. I would just wait for something else to develop that could indicate that we are going to make a movement. Right now, the only thing I can see that tells us we're going to make a movement is Bollinger Bands contracting. But as you can see, we can make a channel for a couple of hours before we actually get a movement. Unsure how quickly this movement's going to come. Anyways, that's it for Bitcoin. Guys, if you like what we're doing, subscribe, hit that bell. We really want to get more of you guys in here. Now on to the next one, Ethereum. Now, good news for Ethereum. The Hyperledger Consortium, which is dedicated to bringing blockchain to enterprises, has accepted its first code that links business directly with public blockchain, which in this case is Ethereum. Now, the project that's going to be linked, or it's called Hyperledger Bezu, and that's basically a project whose open source is almost identical to another Ethereum solution, which is called Pantheon, which is developed by Ethereum startup Consensus. And I think they were one of the people that got actually a grant from the Ethereum Foundation, right? Or yeah, I think we covered that article a couple days ago. Now, this other program, Pantheon, has been running since April of this year. We covered it a couple days ago, so something regarding Pantheon. Right. Anyways, on to Ethereum news. Ethereum on the daily. Wow, not looking pretty, right? A long downtrend, man. Wait, that's for dominance, so, and we haven't been able to recover one bit, and that's not good. Anyways, Ethereum yesterday had a positive day, 0.12%. Right now, losing 0.44. 0.44%. Onto the Ethereum price, right on the daily. Man, look at this. Touch that bottom of the structure. Weren't able to break below it, which is good. It's acting as good support, and maybe we had detected bullish divergence here, which hasn't played out. Also, again, bullish divergence here, which hasn't played out. However, momentum still developing, right? In negative momentum still developing, which could invalidate this bullish divergence if we don't start to see this stagnate and maybe see a push to the upside, right? Sitting low on the RSI at 30, almost at oversold, but not quite yet. So sitting lower on the RSI could mean that either it's going to take a while for that oscillator to become back to neutral, if this becomes a new standard or the new low, let's call it. But I would expect a movement to the upside from being that low. However, if Bitcoin goes down, like we always say, Bitcoin will take the market with them. Especially since we covered the other day, Bitcoin is apparently 90-some-odd% of the market, and just basically leaving the rest to being whatever small percentage they get, right? Anyways, sitting below 20 MA, momentum, like I said, hasn't shown signs of stagnation on the daily. We're still making it and sitting low on the RSI. Onto the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, sitting below the 20 MA, really volatility open in the Bollinger Bands. Momentum starting to decrease, and we are sitting at oversold at 28.05, which could again bring us to more upside prices. As we can see, I had this open for, I think it was from yesterday, and I was trying to see if we were gonna make any. And we said if we neutralize this, we might make some bullish divergence, which didn't play out. We ended up making more negative momentum. That's why sometimes we don't call things as soon as they are, right? We haven't we could call this a local bottom right now if we manage to go neutral. Anyways, like I said, not much going on, right? But in Ethereum, I did find something. I was playing around with the chart, and I ended up tracing a much larger downsloping channel, which I hadn't traced before. And as we can see, it does hold certain areas, right? Moved a little bit, but there we go. And we can see that we're almost hitting that 50% line, right? The midline of the channel, and seeing some price action to the upside. Anyways, on to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, man, contraction of the Bollinger Bands, right? Well, we're very neutral volatility. We're gonna start moving a little bit sideways and in short motions, upside or downside, until we get enough energy to either burst upside or downside. Right now, sitting on the bottom of the support. And if Bitcoin doesn't go down, we could expect a movement to the upside. However, this arch, I'm not liking very much. I mean, that's what we're seeing, this shift in momentum that could bring us to more negative momentum and really lowering the prices, right? Anyways, sitting below 20 MA, positive momentum starting to decrease. And what else? Yeah, sitting low on the RSI, but not at oversold. Just sold at 36, right? And that's pretty good. Anyways, on to Ripple. Ripple, that crippled cryptocurrency that they just keep on hitting with a bat every time it tries to get up, right? It hasn't been able to do much. Basically, loses everything it gains quickly. And, well, they say they're not dumping on the market, but they are, right? Anyways, a subsidiary of SBI Holdings will pay out dividends in XRP. This is according to SBI's statement on Wednesday. I think it was SBI or Morningstar Japan. I couldn't remember. But anyways, Morningstar Japan, it's a publicly traded joint venture with... it's a publicly traded company joint venture with SBI Holdings. And it will pay out 30 XRP to shareholders with 100 or more shares, right? Now, to receive these crypto dividends, the recipients will have to open a VC trade account operated by the company. And, well, the deadline to apply for this shareholder special offer, they're calling, is set for March 31st, 2020. Right? Anyways, good news. If you have this, you will be able to get something out of it, right? If you have an account with them and everything. Now, on older Ripple news that have now materialized, apparently, PNC started using RippleNet for cross-border payments, right? And PNC announced their intention last year, if you remember, around September, when we were seeing that price go up on Ripple. However, this year they stated that basically PNC Treasury Management is now offering RippleNet-based cross-border payment solutions to its commercial clients, right? PNC is claiming that the solutions is going to give their clients the ability to receive payments from an overseas buyer against their invoices instantly, transforming the way they manage their global accounts, receivables, and allowing them to better manage their working capital. Now, the bad thing is that they're using Xcurrent, right? Because Xcurrent is not using the XRP token. However, it means more adoption for Ripple, which at some point in time could make the XRP token part of that solution, or use it as part of the solution. If banks are going to like it or not, still yet to be seen, but it could happen, right? Anyways, on to the XRP chart. XRP on the daily for dominance. I don't remember if I said the price of Ethereum, but Ethereum's sitting at $167.09 right now. Anyways, on the daily. Ripple. Wow, now this is going slow. There we go. Stream's good, yeah. Ripple yesterday made some positive, gained some dominance, right? Plus 2.79%. Right now, losing a little bit of dominance, 0.39%. But unlike Ethereum, Ripple has seen a little bit better green days, right, on dominance, meaning it's having a little bit more adoption, sitting at 4.63% of market cap, which is good, meaning money did not flow out of Ripple necessarily, but it doesn't mean that money went into Ripple either, right? It could have just gone out of any other of the coins in the market and straight outside of the crypto market, which would just take it out and make everyone else drop and Bitcoin and Ripple go up. Anyways, Ripple right now sitting at 0.25, 0.254 cents, right? Yesterday it was made a little bit positive price actions, gaining 0.39%. Right now losing 1%. Still within this downsloping channel, we haven't been able to break out from it. Volatility open in the Bollinger Bands, sitting below the 20 MA. Positive momentum starting to decrease on the daily and sitting low in the RSI, but not at oversold, sitting at 32.76. Anyways, going on to the 4-hour. Also sitting below 20 MA. What a surprise! Hitting that resistance from this line we traced back, way back here, right? Anyways, still within this down-sloping wedge. In the 4-hour of Ripple, we could also, like I said, if we ignore this little shop here, which we could, we call this a bottom, and we would be, see, this is at the line, this is below the line. It's very slight, but we will be making very slight bullish divergence, right, which could see us to price action to the upside. But like we said, what divergence we had set like previously has not played out. Now this is also going to follow what Bitcoin does. Anyways, now we're going to look at the 1-hour. On the 1-hour, sitting above the 20 MA. Yeah, that's good, right? Positive momentum starting to die out, right? Definitely. And sitting around neutral at 45 on the RSI. So volatility in the Bollinger Bands a little bit open than what it was in Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as we can see, actually here we actually went all the way back up, touched that resistance, and now, well, getting rejected, right? That's it for Ripple right now. On to Litecoin, because we don't have any news from Litecoin, and what a surprise. That is one of the coins where we find the least amount of news, and one of the coins that is having a lot of problems, right, with the foundation, with not having enough money to pay their employees and everything. So anyways, Litecoin right now, yesterday lost dominance 2.39%. Right now losing dominance 1.03%. Right now it's sitting at 1.67% of market dominance. That's it for dominance for this coin. Price downside, right? Red day yesterday, minus 4.99%. Yesterday also minus 1.61%. We had, we had this bullish divergence that is not playing out. Didn't play out on the daily. Right now we're broken outside of this downsloping channel structure, which we could always, for some reason in the daily we can't see it very well, but we'll see it on the 4 hours and see how much we're broken out. We are ignoring the wicks because we had long wicks here or back here. Can't remember where, but we were choosing to ignore them to not make a lot of noise here, right? There were noise that we couldn't really gauge. So sitting below the 20 MA, volatility opened the Bollinger Band, starting to make less negative momentum. Also on the 4 hours, right? If we ignore this here, right, which here it would have been some sort of bullish divergence as well from here to here, and from here to here it could be bullish divergence if we ignore this, right? But whether or not you choose to ignore it, it's up to you. I'm just telling you how I would see it, and it would be congruent with the daily, right? No, not so much on the on the RSI, right? On the RSI, we're sitting low on the 4 hours. We are sitting at 21, so oversold, right? Which could mean potential movement to the upside again. We would have to wait and see. On the hour, on the hourly, again that sharp movement downwards from I think was this one yesterday? Yeah, this one was yesterday, right? Now we see we had another move downwards, positive move upwards, negating it. Maybe develop some sort of a. I doubt it, but no, nothing on the 1 hour that would suggest that we had some sort of divergence that would have brought that up, but nope. Yeah, maybe on the RSI we developed during the hours some sort of from here to here, right? And from here to here, you can trace the divergence from the wicks, from the bodies, whatever you're comfortable with, right? I trace it from the wicks. Now, going here would definitely be some sort of bullish divergence that developed, which could see us to this price upside. However, Bitcoin also going down, taking everyone else down with it. And like I said, Ripple losing everything it gains all the time, right? It's like a crippled crypto, man. It's like kryptonite, right? And again, same, almost same. No, not same low. It's a little bit higher, but we could also be making, again, like I said, some sort of bullish divergence, right? And yeah, that'll be it for Ripple. On to we're on Litecoin. Sorry, not Ripple. Litecoin. Ignore that Ripple crippled cryptocurrency, kryptonite. Litecoin's also horrible right now, and it's been horrible lately. So going down in price or whatever, dude. I really not caring much for Litecoin right now. And like I said, I don't hold any Litecoin. I just report on it because it's one of the major cryptos. And some of you guys might actually hold it, and that's good for you if you believe in this coin. Me, I personally don't like it, and I don't hold it. Sitting at oversold on the 1 hour, right at 27. Negative momentum starting to go to neutral, and basically, that's where we're at. Anyways, on to Binance. Binance news. Today they launched Binance X, which claims to be basically, it's going to provide developers with all the resources they need to drive new solutions to Binance projects, as well as to try and incorporate them into the whole blockchain ecosystem. Now, Binance X will support developers and their initiatives by assisting with education and collaboration on Binance and connecting them with basically relevant internal programs that help projects progress and during different stages of growth, right? Now, the programs that they will include them in is the Binance Labs Incubation, Binance Launchpad, company's strategic investment arm, M&A, as well as Binance X Fellowship. And basically, the new platform is going to allow developers to create solutions for Binance products, including Binance chains, Binance.com APIs, Trust Wallet SDK, and Binance charity donation platform, right? Anyways, on to Binance. Binance dominance on the daily. What do you guys think? Did we gain or lose dominance? I think we lost yesterday, right? Big time. 4.46% dominance lost. Price to the upside, 0. Or not price. Today gaining dominance, 0.46%. On to the Binance price, and we are still within this channel. We have not been able to break out of it. Man, it sucks that everyone's doing like downtrend right now, right? I wish we had better news for everyone and we could say, man, prices are gonna go to the upside. It's that bull market feeling, and everything's gonna be fine. But right now, man, you have to be very conservative, right? Market has not been playing with us and not been playing ball. It's certainly been toying with a lot of people, but not being making good things that we could basically read easily, right? Anyways, price below the 20 MA, still going down. Momentum still developing. If we ignore this noise as with the other ones, we would be developing some sort of bullish divergence. But again, we have not made this the new local low. So until we start getting more momentum to downside, we could make it not momentum downside, neutralizing momentum. We could definitely try and see what's make this a new low, and maybe we can call this bullish divergence, right? Anyway, sitting low on the RSI at oversold at 24.78. Let's go on the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, sitting below 20 MA. What a surprise! Basically kissing that bottom part of that downsloping channel. We had trades bouncing off of it, being rejected. Momentum starting to go neutral, right? Still a long ways to go before it goes neutral, but sitting oversold in the RSI at 21. Anyways, now let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, just sideways movement. A lot of contraction on the Bollinger Bands like we have seen with other coins, right? And this could mean a violent movement to come soon, right? Anyways, momentum from positive starting to stagnate a little bit, starting to go down. However, we seem to be making a little bit less negative momentum here, or less momentum to the downside here, right? Stagnating for a little bit, and let's see, sitting low on the RSI, but not too low. We're not oversold on the hour, which puts us at 35.49. Anyways, guys, that's all that I have right now, right? Something else that I wanted to show, and I'm just gonna show it because we have a little time, is this, right? Look at the total market cap graph, and I'm gonna put it on the daily, right? And I'm gonna zoom it out a little bit, right? And look at it, look at this, and I'm gonna put the Bitcoin chart real quick on top of it, right? Boom. Don't they just look like the same thing, right? Look that to that, right? Here, same curve, same impulse up, down, right? Look at this, boom. Almost the same, right? I'm gonna try to find a clearer chart. This one with less stuff. Oh, we're broken out of the curve. Oh my god, what a shame. We could still play out if we adjust it, as we have still seen that we're within that triangle. Anyways, look at this to this, right? Boom, almost similar, except for this bump here. From here forwards, it just looks like it's the same thing we're looking at, right? Look, like I said, from here, like 9th of June. Impulse up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? You can see it, right? Boom. Almost the same thing, right? From here, 9th of June, that impulse up, down, up, down, up. You know, it's basically saying that could really mean that whatever those reports we read the other day stating that Bitcoin was accounting for a larger portion of the market dominance could be true, right? And maybe Bitcoin is actually like 90% of the market, because it just looks like we're looking at the same graph at that point in time. I mean, I feel like it would be much better to do the technical analysis on this graph than on the Bitcoin graph, right? Even the oscillators, right? Look at this in the oscillators, right? It looks like we're looking at the exact same thing, right? It's insane, right? Even on the RSI, it's the same thing. So yeah, maybe Bitcoin is truly the 90% of the market, because if we account for liquidity, coins that are not worth anything and they're just sitting there, that got valued at some point in time, but they're basically worthless. Anyways, guys, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. I want to see you here every night so you can come and join us and have fun with us. The more of you that start coming in and we can start chatting during the live stream, that will be much more fun for everyone, right? And we can really start having a blast and shoot the shit and basically have fun, right? Anyways, guys, thank you for watching again. Show this video to your friends, and that'll be all for right now. Have a great night. Oh, by the way, before I go, once the stream is done and we have that ending screen, a circle will appear down here, which you can click to basically subscribe, and then a video will appear there that you can watch the latest news, and then another video will appear down there where you can basically watch yesterday's news, right? Guys, again, thank you for watching. That'll be all.